I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back, it's getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry.
Listeners and viewers, this is the Faison View Podcast, episode 143, man. Let's get it. I'm here with my man, Hugh. We in the building.
We back again, y'all. What's good? How y'all feeling?
Back again, man. Our dynamic is just, hey, people loving it, man. We really boys in real life, but I love it as well, man. Our topics today, man, we're going to have very interesting topics, man, real good. First, why is the world so tolerable to side chicks and side pieces? Secondly, best rap albums of the decade. That means 2010 to 2019. Technically, you can do 09 to 19, but we talking about the 2010 era. Lastly, would you rather AI or Steph Curry? So instantly, man, let's get right into it. Color power on my neck, man. Let's go. Y'all follow, y'all go support. Link will be in bio, channels below. First off, man, I just feel like the world is way too tolerable of side chicks and side pieces because this, you really think about it, this really just started happening in the last 2-3 years.
It wasn't always like this.
It was never always like this, and I don't understand why it's so tolerable. And me, I can't really be so biased, but I just feel like, now I really be delving into it. You might as well just be single, G's, because it's like you really have to satisfy two needs. And as a male,
that ass, man.
If you think about it, as a male, males always complaining about females, I can understand that. But so if you having a side chick, so you really dealing with two females and mindsets and emotions and needs. So I'm just like,
it's too
dang,
much,
bruh. And I
much.
won't even lie, I've done that before, but not noticing I've done that. You feel me? Like, and it was kind of just like, wow. Like, and I don't look back on it, I'm like, wow, I really did put, you know what I'm saying? I put a lot of pressure on myself, putting that tough situation on myself, and
then
you know what I'm
also
saying?
dealing with so-and-so.
Exactly, so-and-so and so-and-so. Man, I just be like, bro, this is a crazy world. It's a crazy world.
It's the evil world we live in.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, males be having side pieces and side chicks, and I see a lot of females nowadays speak out on it. It's like, well, as long as they not bringing it to my attention, it's like cool. You feel me? And I'm just trying to understand and gauge, like, how is that okay in the grand scheme of things?
I don't know.
Because you can't look at because females, think about it like this, bro. Females, most of the females, I can say 90-80%, are not susceptible or don't like threesomes.
Yo, you see what that you see what Shorty? What's Shorty name that's dating Lil Baby? You see what she said? She was talking about some dude that's 20 years old and he's a millionaire. I don't expect him to be faithful. Fam, what?
Yeah, but it's like I can understand it. It's
all right if you feel that way. Then don't come on, man, because you're gonna get hurt in the end. You're gonna and someone's gonna bring that up, and you're gonna look dumb. You're gonna get hurt at the end of the day. If you really feel that way, then be single. Let that man be single. And he need to be single too. If he agrees with what you just say, he need to be single too.
And that goes for males too. Males, you can't be crying and going back and forth with your shorty because they got a side piece or side chick. When you know at the back of your mind you got a side piece.
Like, fam, cheating is just too much work. You might as well be single. Because it's just like, why intentionally hurt somebody when you don't have to? And that's for both sides, for men and women. You don't you don't have to waste somebody's time. You don't have to hurt somebody. If you feel like you're not in a position where you can be monogamous and faithful, and you just want to, you care more about, people keep side pieces because, they want to satisfy the sexual needs, but this is someone that they care about and they love. It's like, fam, if you, you're going to end up hurting that person that you care and love. And eventually this other person is going to catch feelings. You're going to hurt them too. If you just want to do that, just hit so-and-so, hit this dude, hit that dude, hit this girl, hit that girl, be single, fam, because you won't bother nobody. You won't bother anybody. You can do whatever you want as long as you keep it 100. Tell shorty, yo, I'm not looking for nothing. Or you tell dude, yo, I'm not looking for nothing but this. As long as you keep it 100 like that, you're not gonna hurt nobody. But if you gonna like really commit, then it's like, why do that? Like, why hurt people like that?
Yeah.
I just don't understand that. As
Nah,
someone
you
who's
right.
been hurt,
You right.
it's just like, fam, I just can't
And
understand why you would intentionally just
you
do
saying
that.
You saying this, I can't be biased. You talking to an old me as well. Because I used to be that type of person. And it wasn't like I was trying to. Not saying I was young and dumb. I just went through stages in my life. And I'm just on a mature stage now. But
Yeah,
I can understand what you're saying. That's a perfect example. You right.
That, and I'm gonna say this, yo, if you would do when you entertain a mad woman, I guarantee you're not getting no money. It's not possible. There's no way. There's no way you would have time to entertain 4 or 2 different women and be going to work. You're not getting no money. So think about that next time, lady. If he got mad different women he entertaining, he probably not getting no money. It's not possible.
Well,
I don't think so.
Entertaining is different than. I feel like entertaining is different than like actually talking to. Because entertaining, you could text and do all that. That's easy.
Now I mean, like,
nothing.
he legit
But
going to
talking about
see.
legit, yeah.
Like, if
yeah.
he going to see like 4 or 5 different chicks, there's no way he getting money.
Yeah, you right.
He ain't got no priorities or goals in order.
Man, facts, man. That's just a little spew on that because we weren't gonna stick on that too long because this next topic is gonna be the one.
You know, we love to talk rap in this joint.
Best rap albums of the decade, and we just gonna name a few. We probably got about 13 to 15, not necessarily in order. So I'm gonna just go real quick down my line.
And we got a few albums that each of us are going to like talk in depth on.
Yes,
a lot of our list is basically the same for the most part.
So I got Take Care, Good Kid, Mad City, Forest Hill Drive, DS2, Dirty Sprite 2, that's Future. Nothing Was the Same. My Twisted Dark Fantasy with Kanye. To Pimp a Butterfly, that's another one with Kendrick. Long Live A$AP Rocky. Rodeo, Travis Scott. Victory Lap, rest in peace, Nip. Finally Rich, Chief Keef. Championships, I feel like this is the best Meek work, album-wise. And lastly, I would say Carter 4, and then, not lastly, I would say Carter 4 and Watch the Throne.
All right, so for me, I got Good Kid, Mad City, got Take Care, Watch the Throne, Dark Twisted Fantasy, I got Forest Hills Drive, the album About Nothing, Rodeo, I got Birds in the Trap Sing Midnight, To Pimp a Butterfly, Long Live A$AP, Nothing Was the Same, I got Finally Famous by Big Sean, I got My Name Is My Name by Pusha T, and felt like my honorable mentions, because I feel like it's too early to put these albums in there yet, but the quality of them is just so good. You just know they're going to be there. Championships, Damn, Victory Lap, Daytona, and 444.
That's
so
strong. That's strong.
First,
yeah, of course, I got you, bro. Of course, if you know me, I'm a Drake fan, but I feel like Take Care, it was just, it resonated to so many, and that was like really his, even though...
it was his perfect timing.
Even though Thank Me Later was his really debut album, that Take Care was just a perfect blend and perfect timing of music and rap. I mean, music and R&B and rap. Like, he took over a whole genre of music and he bodied it. And the subject matter in Take Care was just amazing. To hell yeah, fucking right. You had what's it called?
Take Care of You.
It's so many.
Headlines is in my top 5 Drake songs.
But everything, headlines, like. Look at What You Done is my favorite Drake song ever. Look What You Done
is my favorite Drake song.
Like, come on now.
Your favorite Drake song is probably off that album. If you came up in that era, your favorite Drake song is probably off of that album.
Cameras,
the good ones go.
Cameras, the good ones go. And the best verse, I'll probably say top 3 verses of Drake is Lord Knows with Rick Ross.
Gosh, yo, Lord Knows, freaking Crew Love still gets played to this day.
Crew Love will get played to this day. And I just feel like Take Care, it resonated through a whole genre of rap, music, including rap, R&B, and also pop. I feel like he did a perfect blend for his really, really debut album to really stand the test of time of who Drake is. Secondly,
you knew he was on his way with that joint.
Secondly, I got Finally Rich. And I feel like Chief Keef does not get enough credit for the album that he put out at the age of 16 years old. And he had the world bumping. I don't care.
I've never even heard that album all the way in its entirety, and I know the impact of that album.
I don't care what age you were at that time when it came out. You knew what was going on. And my favorite song standouts for that is Love Sosa, Hallelujah, 300, Kobe, I Don't Like. What?
Especially the Kanye version.
Even older folks were listening to I Don't Like. And then lastly, I had a toss-up between Forest Hill Drive and Twisted Dark Fantasy. But Twisted Dark Fantasy, I feel like people don't realize how great Kanye is, and people are so mixed into everything that's going on now. Even though I don't agree to everything he got going on now, but him as a musician, he's bar none one of the greatest ever. Twisted Dark Fantasy changed like the songs, all of the lights, like changed the dynamic of how you listen to music, how you dress,
on that song,
how you produce and mixed and master music. It was legendary. So those are my 3 standouts of this decade.
You want to talk about Cole real quick?
And Cole, of course. Cole speaks for itself. That Forest Hill Drive, he told the whole story, and he did not have not one feature. And he went, and not just saying off for sales, because it's a lot of these people that did a crazy numbers of sales, but to do an album and go platinum instantly with 0 features and storytelling the way he did, it was unreal. The Tales of Two Cities, that's one of my favorite.
You do albums
Cole
like
songs.
that when you like tell your story and it's the way you do it. It's I don't know, it resonates. You
the
feel
Forest
like
Hill Drive.
you always want to relate. You always want to relate to the albums you can relate to the most are the albums that end up being classic. That's why a lot of guys like. That's why Illmatic stands the test of time and albums like Reasonable Doubt, because there were so many people growing up in the city that could relate to those stories that Nas and Jay were telling. It's the same thing with Forest Hill. When you finally feel like you can relate to your artist, that's what really helps you.
And that's what
takes.
And
that's what take care. Like
that
for us, we came up in that era, and that was 2011. That was like what our junior year in high school, something like that, or
going into junior year.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of things on that album, as far as like he talked about a lot of emotions on that album. I mean, it was just so relatable for us as kids at that time. Trying to find yourself and figure yourself out, and you're dating this girl, or you're dating that boy. So it was like at that, and he hadn't reached like Drake is at a point now where he's not relatable to us anymore. But at that moment, he was so relatable to us. That's why it was so great.
It was a different time. So my boy, he got his 3 standouts right here.
So if I'm just doing my whole list, my list is kind of the same. I mean, so for the guys, I'm gonna talk about Good Kid, Mad City for one. That album was celebrated yesterday. I listened to it today. I mean, honestly, man, that album might be top 10 all time.
It might be.
It might be.
Kendrick.
It's currently the longest running album on the Billboard 200, and it came out in 2012. I mean, it's like I just said. He told a story about a young man growing up in the city. And I didn't grow up in the city, and I didn't grow up in the hood. I grew up in an environment that was kind of like, it had hoodish qualities, but it wasn't. It was far fetched from like, the real ghetto, And so it was the way he told the story of like as a young kid, because nobody had ever really done that yet. Like even like Jay told a story of a hustler in Brooklyn, and Nas told a story about just like a ghetto guy, a ghetto grown man, and his different ghetto stories growing up in the ghetto, and he was just so knowledgeable at such a young age. So it was different, but no one had ever, to my knowledge, for me, had ever told a story about it as a young kid, because he was like in his 20s when he wrote this album, but he wrote it in the perspective of like from when he was 17 all the way up until where he is now. I mean, he talked about the first time he was about to get with a girl from the Serene. I mean, he talked about first time getting high. He talked about peer pressure. Oh my gosh, like he talked about all, and the way he broke it down with the skits. I mean, especially with that one particular song, the way he talked about, like, man, like, I got the blunt in my mouth. Usually I'm sober, but I'm with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you with the homies, you might do some things you don't normally do. It's that peer pressure growing up in the inner city. You know what I'm saying? He beating guys up. He said, man, I'm not usually violent, but I'm with the homies. He said, man, I got the bottle in my mouth. I don't usually drink, but I'm with the homies. Yeah. The content was just so great. Watch the Throne is my second standout for me to talk about. Man, this album was incredible. It's a classic. It's the first of its kind. You never had two superstar MCs close to their prime, combined like that, before. I mean, you've had collab albums before. You had Black Star album. I don't know.
You never really had it on that magnitude.
Yeah, I don't know if Black Star.
Think about it, they were.
Yeah, I don't know if Black Star's a collab album, because they were a group before they became solo. Most Def and Talib, they were a group called Black Star. You had that. I mean, Jay had done stuff like this previously. You know, because he did him with R. Kelly. You know, he was the best in rap and he was the best in R&B. And they did that. And then he did it again with Linkin Park. He was the best in rap. They were the best in rock. So it was the first time it had been done with the best in rap. At that time, he was the best in rap and Ye was the best in rap. And that had never been done. I mean, Niggas in Paris is arguably, well, it's not. But it is definitely one of the greatest.
It's one of the most impactful
it's
songs.
the greatest. It's one of the greatest rap songs of all time. Bar none. I was going to say it's arguably the greatest rap song. Nah. I don't think it's that. But it's like, I mean, that song still gets played today. Again, that was another album that came out the same year Take Care came out.
You're right.
I mean, we played that album. We played that album top to bottom. There's so many records on there that just, you know, and the way they did it, I mean, they switched your head up because people thought they were going to just, man, they're going to spend like the whole album just flexing on niggas, and they did a good amount of that. They did a good amount of flexing on niggas, but it was a lot of truth into this album, a lot of content, a lot of great things. I mean, the song "New Day" still brings tears to my eyes because it's like they were rapping about being fathers, and they were years away from being fathers. Neither one of them were dads yet, but they were already thinking about fatherhood, and they were, you know. And for me, with Kanye's verse rang true to me because like all he did was list all his past mistakes he had ever made, all his public mistakes, and how he didn't want his son to be a reflection of that. And all Jay talked about how the kind of dad he wanted to be because he didn't have one. So that album was incredible. And for me, the last one we talk about was the album About Nothing. Man, god dang it, Wale doesn't get enough credit. God dang it, I'm tired of it, man.
Wale's gonna go down.
I'm tired of it,
greatest,
man.
Bro, one of the greatest.
If somebody else like Kendrick or Drake made this album verbatim, the same way he made it, the same words, the same hook, the same beat, people would call it genius. And that's why this album is a classic. This album was genius. Conceptually, it was genius. Lyrically, it was genius. I mean, you know how hard it is to get Seinfeld samples cleared?
Seinfeld.
He like
the richest comedian probably ever.
Like, come on, man. Him and Jay been doing this because him and Jay like had this relationship back when he did More About Nothing. Because that mixtape is a classic. You know? And so like you just knew he was different the first time he did it. Then the second time he did it, he really got buzzed. And then he did it again with this album. This album was incredible lyrically and conceptually. People have been trying to mimic this album. Ross tried to mimic it with Rather You Than Me. He had Chris Rock narrate the album, and it didn't. It just wasn't the same.
Give my man his rose.
It just wasn't the same. This album was incredible. The way you could just find certain snippets of one of the greatest shows of all time and make it relate to everyday life and certain things that are going on in your life and my life, and then make an entire rap song about it. Incredible body of work. The Need to Know is on there.
Incredible.
Freaking The Night in Houston is on there. White Shoes, Girls on Drugs.
White Shoes, amazing. I
mean, this album was incredible.
That was a
Wale
very good song that just
Wale does not get enough credit
at all. Wow, That's Crazy is out now, and that is
another great body of work. I'm really mad.
It only got 30K, and I'm not about just the sales, but Wale, especially in this time,
I don't want to hate, but I'm gonna sound like hate. I really hate the fact that NBA YoungBoy is #1 in Wale's.
Oh no, NBA YoungBoy tough. We ain't gonna get in that.
I'm sorry,
but I understand what you're saying about Wale.
I'm sorry,
because I understand that.
I
get that.
Yeah,
I get that. But
especially since Wale said this is his last joint.
That NBA cranking.
Wale said this is gonna be his last joint. Like I didn't want to see Wale go out like that.
Wale ain't not going. He's not going nowhere. But I can see. I can understand.
Yeah, but Wow, That's Crazy is incredible, especially. You know, like if you single and trying to like just figure out your mental health, and just trying to figure out love.
That song with Black called Expectations, bro.
Fam, just it's therapeutic. That album is therapeutic. You can tell he really dug deep with this album. It's like
definitely give y'all views and comments on that topic, man. And lastly, we're just gonna get into this real quick because it's been a conversation, and I heard Michael Jordan talking about Steph Curry's not a Hall of Famer. So I brought up this topic at the end.
Not yet. He didn't say it like that.
No, he did.
He didn't.
But
he's not.
But listen, when people don't understand about Michael Jordan is an a-hole, bro, and you know it. He's very. I
don't think
him as a person. Anyway,
like
I got AI over.
I'm biased.
AI or Steph Curry, and I love AI. AI was one of my biggest influencers in basketball and in the game alone. Like he changed the culture and how basketball is played as well. But this man Steph Curry,
especially
this man Steph Curry, bro.
I gotta go with Steph.
To me, I think he can go down as a top 10 greatest basketball player ever, top 10. And he's close to number 1 point guard ever. Close. And I feel like because, like me and him was talking about, if you can pull up from 40 feet, you making the game unstoppable. He changed the whole game and the dynamic of how basketball is played now. Fair. He has 3 championships. He has 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous MVP.
People are trying to slander him for the last game.
What really can you even say about Steph Curry that hasn't already been done? And his career is still, he's only 30 years old.
Yeah.
So it's like, and with AI, I give AI his credit. Because AI fought alone and was averaging 40 against Shaq, Kobe, Robert Horry, and Rick Fox, Gary Payton and them with them Lakers. No.
I gotta go with Steph too. I mean, Steph can do everything AI can do, but the difference is, Steph can shoot from anywhere on the court, and AI couldn't. But but to give AI his flowers, I mean, he changed that position because when's the last time during that era you had never really heard of point guards winning scoring titles, especially in a league where Michael Jordan is freaking playing. That wasn't
the only one that was comparable was Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
but
even after Jordan had left, and point guards weren't doing that until AI came in the league. Point guards weren't averaging like 25 points per game.
Nah, definitely.
There was only a couple of them that was doing that. They was like Magic. I'm talking about even after that era. Like
somebody tell MJ Steph a Hall of Famer. I don't care what he was talking about. Nah, he was talking. He wasn't. No, I don't want to hear it.
I didn't even finish my point. Damn, that's crazy.
Wow,
that's crazy. Out now, don't get that.
Crazy. I'm tight. Forget all that, bro.
Fam, Steph, he hasn't been inducted yet. That's all he means. He's still playing. He hasn't been inducted yet. That's all that meant. That's all he meant. That's all he meant. He hasn't been inducted yet. That's all he meant. He's all he meant. That's all he meant. He is yet to be inducted. That's all he meant. Because he still called him a great player. He's great. He didn't say good. He said great. Only Hall of Famers are great. Michael, so don't do that.
Michael, you the GOAT,
but back to AI.
Sure,
back to AI. Niggas wasn't doing that at his position. They just weren't. And he's like, and Steph is taller. Steph is taller than AI. AI was dunking on niggas. Yep. AI was 6 feet verbatim, like
literally
flat.
like 5'11".
Like 5'11", 6 feet with shoes on and just dunking on niggas. He was doing all types of crazy things. To this day, the step over is still iconic.
He influenced Steph Curry, so we got
think about it like this. Freaking what's the coach? What's the dude's name? The coach LeBron the Cavs that year.
Oh, Ty Lue.
Ty Lue has what, 3-4 championships? He's not known for that. He's known for getting stepped over by AI. Yeah. That's crazy. I would hate that.
I got Steph. He got Steph. Well, man, coming at you every Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, man. Me and my boy Hugh, man, here today with a good podcast, man. Y'all follow my Instagram, follow all platforms, and Malik-spaceghost. Let's get it. IG.
You can follow me on IG at _HHJR. On Twitter, I'm HHJR_. Also, if you're a young man or a woman and you care about your skin, you want your skin to be glowing like mine.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta hit my sister up. She will hook you up. She get you out the way. You gotta hit her link in her bio on her Instagram. Her Instagram is 4 underscores COLE and 4 Ys. Man, hit her up, man. She'll get you out the way for a very, very good fee. Have your skin looking right.
Right. All right, man. Link below, man. Let's get to it.